This is your final opportunity. We're going to go through, especially the Senate races, a lot of these gubernatorial races. Let's start in the great state of Georgia. Both of you have Herschel Walker in the lead. Robert Cahaly, what's going to happen tomorrow?
I think Herschel's going to come in first, and I think he's going to get barely and avoid a runoff.
Okay, so you think it's a runoff on December 6th? And in that runoff, does he go in within a... What's that? Oh, you think without a runoff?
I think he avoids the runoff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be a huge win for...
Yes.
That would be a big night for Republicans if that happens. Matt Towery, do you agree?
Well, I have to tell you, I am increasingly convinced that Robert is going to be the best pollster on this. I think Herschel Walker will make it across the 50% plus one requirement in Georgia, partially because African-American men are going to vote for Walker at an even higher level than they've told us in the polls.
And what about, and you can't deny Brian Kemp has run a great campaign for governor.
Oh, you know, he is lifting all boats in Georgia. He is going to absolutely, well, he can have a big night, let's put it that way, over Stacey Abrams. So, yes, Brian Kemp is going to add to Herschel Walker's likelihood of making it without a runoff. Let's go to this great state of North Carolina and Ted Budd. Where do you see that race, Matt Towery? Oh, Budd, that's easy. Okay, easy. Robert, agreement?
Yes, Budd comfortably.
Okay, let's go to New Hampshire. Poll came out today, had General Bolduc up by 1, but you have a governor in Governor Chris Sununu that is leading anywhere from 12 to 18 points in some polls. Is that going to help General Bolduc, who also had a good debate, I thought, against Maggie Hassan? Where's that state going, Matt Towery? Well, it's very close. You know, that they don't have that early voting. They don't have a lot of noise before the actual election. And he's been rising the entire time. The British betting houses say he's not going to win. I say he has a chance of winning. It's going to be close. Robert thinks, I think probably that it's probably even going to be closer. What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, I think just exactly what you said. He had a great debate. He's now got Governor Sununu behind him. A lot of that happened on your show. People saw it, and that's a big move. And the guy's done a bunch of town halls, and Maggie Hassan sat in the basement. So I think in the end, he pulls that out, but just barely. But I'd say Bolduc wins this thing.
You know what? You look at General Bolduc. He's not a polished politician. He's been a general. He did 10 tours of duty, 2 Purple Hearts, 5 Bronze Stars. He's in it to serve the people of the Granite State, New Hampshire, and he'd be a great choice. I hope he pulls this out. Let's go to the state of Pennsylvania. We paid a lot of attention to this race. You have, I think, in John Fetterman, the most extreme candidate ever to run for the U.S. Senate. It's still relatively close. Your take, Robert?
I think in the end, Oz is going to get the most votes, and I think Mastriano outperforms all of his polling and makes that a little more competitive than anybody gives it credit for. But what happens after Pennsylvania drags out a week is anybody's guess.
He gets the most votes. That sounds like code words, but I'm not going there. Matt.
Okay, well, I alluded a moment ago to the British odds makers, who tend to be the very best at figuring out American politics, go figure. And they have moved this race to favor Oz winning. So is Larry Sabato, who's known to have a pretty good crystal ball. Our poll for the Fox affiliate in Philadelphia had Oz up by several points. I think Oz will win the race. I think it's going to be tight, and I do agree with Robert. He will get the most votes. We'll see what happens.
And I will argue that John Fetterman, if you're in Pennsylvania, you can't let that happen in this country. All right, let's look at J.D. Vance, and let's also look at Ron Johnson. Any issues there for either of you?
None.
Okay, then we'll...
None.
All right, then let's go to the state of Arizona. Blake Masters. Robert, you had him up by 3 today.
Well, actually, our brand new poll has him up by 1, and that's the first poll that we've put out with Masters winning. What we've seen happen is what we expected. Once this libertarian got out,
hang on one second.
It looks like Masters is.
We're going to dip back into the Ohio rally with Donald Trump. He's with J.D. Vance. Let's listen in. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click.